The crisis in Gaza has intensified once again, with reports confirming that Israeli troops killed at least 31 Palestinians in the latest round of violence. According to local hospitals and humanitarian sources, many of those killed were civilians, including people who had been attempting to reach aid convoys or return to areas under evacuation orders. The Israeli military, however, claimed that some of those targeted had approached its forces in a manner that endangered them, leading to clashes in central and southern Gaza. The humanitarian situation remains dire. Thousands of displaced Palestinians are living in tents or makeshift shelters with little access to food, clean water, or medical care. Hospitals are overwhelmed, struggling to treat the wounded while also handling malnutrition cases, chronic illnesses, and a lack of supplies. Gaza City, still under siege conditions, faces a fresh evacuation order from Israel, which has warned residents that those who remain will be treated as militants. This has raised alarm internationally, as civilians are often unable to leave safely due to ongoing bombardments, destroyed infrastructure, and fears of displacement without return. The bloodshed comes at a sensitive moment, coinciding with the announcement of a 20-point peace plan proposed by former U.S. President Donald Trump in September 2025. Trump's initiative aims to halt the fighting and set the stage for Gaza's reconstruction, but it has stirred major debate in the region and beyond. Key points of Trump's peace plan: immediate ceasefire. Both sides would halt hostilities, freezing military positions in place. Hostage release and prisoner swap. Hamas would release Israeli hostages, both alive and deceased, within 72 hours. In return, Israel would release a number of Palestinian prisoners. Disarmament of Hamas. The group would be required to surrender weapons and relinquish governing control of Gaza. International Transitional Authority. Governance would be handed to a temporary Board of Peace led by Trump and former UK Prime Minister Tony Blair. An international peacekeeping force would gradually replace Israeli forces. Aid and reconstruction. Gaza would receive significant humanitarian support with promises of rebuilding infrastructure and creating economic freedom zones. Criticisms and concerns. While ambitious on paper, the plan has drawn strong criticism. The most pressing issue is that it does not guarantee Palestinian statehood or clearly address how Gaza and the West Bank would be unified under Palestinian governance. Many Palestinians view this as denying them the right to true sovereignty. The plan also allows Israel to maintain a degree of military control until international forces fully deploy, raising fears of prolonged occupation by another name. Furthermore, critics argue that placing Gaza under foreign oversight strips Palestinians of self-determination, echoing what some call colonial overtones. Arab mediators, including Egypt, Qatar, and Saudi Arabia, have expressed concern that the final text of Trump's plan contains revisions more favorable to Israel than earlier drafts. The short timetable given for Hamas to respond, just 3 or 4 days, has heightened fears that rejection could trigger harsher military campaigns. Another point of contention is feasibility. Demanding Hamas to disarm and surrender political authority quickly is widely viewed as unrealistic, especially without any security guarantees for its leadership or assurance that Israel would cease operations immediately. Qatar's position. Qatar, a long-standing mediator in the Israeli-Palestinian conflict, has stressed that more discussion is needed on the proposal. Its prime minister has underlined that the 20 points are broad principles, not a complete framework, and that details, particularly regarding Israeli troop withdrawal and governance, require deeper negotiation. Qatar's role is especially sensitive given a recent Israeli strike in Doha that killed Hamas figures and caused Qatari casualties, prompting an apology from Israel but also straining relations. Other Arab states have also reacted cautiously. While they support efforts to end the war, they insist that any lasting peace must guarantee Palestinians a pathway to independence. Without that, they argue, the plan risks being temporary at best. The road ahead. Hamas is currently reviewing the proposal, consulting internally and with other regional allies. Acceptance could bring an immediate halt to hostilities and much-needed aid, but it would come at the cost of disarmament and political power. Rejection, on the other hand, risks further bloodshed and potential escalation. For now, the Gaza war remains at a crossroads. The Trump plan has created international momentum for peace talks, but unless its ambiguities are resolved, particularly around sovereignty, troop withdrawal, and Palestinian rights, it may fail to end the cycle of violence. The deaths of 31 Palestinians underscore the urgency of a solution, yet the path forward remains fraught with mistrust, competing interests, and the enduring struggle for Palestinian self-determination.